Alrighty, time for a new video. I am playing around with the lighting a little bit this time. I wanted to see what it would look like if I just used the natural lighting from outside as opposed to using the overhead lighting. If it looked a little more natural, if it had a better appearance on video. I am noticing already that it does appear to be a little bit darker. So if this looks a little bit darker, or the colors don't look quite as vibrant, that's why we're not using the internal lighting. We're using strictly sunlight for this one. Which will gives it a different look. Let me know what you think about it. If I don't like it, I'll go back to just doing regular lighting. I have wanted to try and do more videos outside, so I guess this is a step in the right direction because we're using sunlight. I'm also still working on my morning coffee here, so pardon me if I take a sip every now and again. For those who are interested, it's Black Rifle Coffee. You can get it at blackriflecoffee.com. This particular one is Fit Fuel. It also has some of their Black Rifle ghee in there. I think that's how you pronounce it. As well as a little heavy cream and a little stevia. If you do ghee, I do recommend getting a handheld frother. It mixes it up a little bit better. Otherwise, the oil tends to resettle back at the top. Which depending on what your love of oil is, it could be a little off-putting, but I like it mixed in really nice myself. So all of that aside, the main point of this week's video is going to be going over my subscription list for Keto Conscience, the people I subscribe to. There's just 10, but they fulfill different roles. Some of them slightly overlapping, but they fulfill different roles. For me, things I'm looking for information-wise, or in some cases just positivity-wise. Not all of them are keto. One actually, I know it's actually does paleo instead of keto, which is I've done paleo before. It does work. I've found greater success on keto, but if you're looking for different options and you just don't think you can stick to keto, paleo is a good one to look into. And then some of these people, it's more of a positivity thing. One is a vegan, but he's a spiritualist, but he's definitely more concerned with the spiritual aspects of life. So we'll go ahead and go down the list. The first one I'm going to go over is Keto.Connect. I believe I've mentioned them before in the videos. Matt and Mega, I love these two. When I first started getting into keto, theirs was the channel, the first keto channel I actually subscribed to on my personal YouTube. They put out really good quality videos. They're very informative, but it's not like lecture you in school informative. It's not like we're like professors standing in front of a room. It's more like having a conversation with a friend. And that's what I like. It's like they talk to you like, it's like, hey buddy, let me tell you a little something I learned this week. They occasionally do funny skit videos. They did, I won't mention the company name, but they did a video on one keto company and their marketing practices. It was quite entertaining. Keep in mind, I'll put links to all of these guys' channels to the latest video in their on their channel in the description below. So don't worry about having to write down names or anything like that. It'll be all below. But they do also do recipes, and that's what I really liked. I'm not a cook. I'm definitely not a cook. That's part of what got me in my current weight situation in the first place. Is given the option of cooking a healthy meal, cooking an unhealthy meal, or stopping off at McDonald's back in the day. McDonald's was the clear winner. I, of course, don't do that as much anymore. And when I do, I always make a keto. I do occasionally when I'm looking for a quicker meal, we'll stop by and get like a sausage and egg McMuffin, but without the muffin. It's not ideal. It's certainly not something you want to be doing a lot of when you're trying to lose weight on the keto diet. But in a pinch, it does work, and it is keto. I would say dirty keto though. But that's why I picked Keto.Connect. Really good recipes, taught me a bit more about cooking, things I need to know about cooking keto. And it's just a really enjoyable channel to watch. And I keep looking down the left because I have my iPad mini out to look at the list. In terms of information on the keto diet, that's more of a research or medical oriented one. I follow Dr. Eric Berg. He's I believe a doctor of chiropractic, but he is a doctor, and he brings the medical expertise to it. So it's easy to listen to Matt and Mega and be like, oh, well, Matt and Mega said, but, and I'm certainly not saying anything wrong, but he said they live the keto lifestyle and they're a really good source of information. But sometimes you want like a professional medical opinion. Well, Dr. Berg can offer you that. He's not ever diagnosing you or treating you specifically. I believe he actually mentions that a lot in his videos, because he can only do that if he's seen you and dealt with you directly. But he does give you a lot of important medical information. You know, how does this affect your body? What's the process that this is following that creates the changes in your body? Why you want to do this? Why you want to do that? From, like I said, from a more scientific / medical perspective. There's another guy on YouTube, and I'm not sure why I thought he had subscribed to him, and I'm probably going to right after I get done with this video. Thomas DeLauer. You can search for him if I don't include his link in, if I forget to include his link in. But he does the same thing where he does the research. He's not a medical doctor, but he just kind of lives the lifestyle. And you'll see that when you see his videos. He's a very fit individual. But he also does the research and provides you with medical studies and all different kinds of things that will tell you that this is not just my opinion. This is science that backs this up. Some people just want the information. That's, so go with Matt and Mega at Keto.Connect. If you're looking for the more nuts and bolts of it and you want to know why before you do something, Dr. Eric Berg or Thomas DeLauer, really good choices. In terms of the fitness, the more fitness ones and how getting into shape, not that I come close to even being these guys' body shape and type, would be Goody Beats, Abel James, and Gary Girl. These guys are very fit individuals. Goody Beats is the only one of the three that I know is keto for sure. Abel James, I'm not sure what Abel James's diet plan is, but if I were guessing, I would say paleo. And I know for sure Girigo follows the paleo diet. She actually had a video she just recently did about a Trader Joe haul that she did, I think it was like 5 or 6 months ago. And she's definitely on the paleo diet. She mentions that in the video. I like hers most of all because hers goes a little bit beyond fitness. She does do kettlebell workouts. She is a certified kettlebell instructor. Very good source of information for that. But she also does videos. She's a very techie individual, and so I like that. Goody Beats it does do the keto diet, and he's a really good example to follow when you're looking for motivation to get in really good shape, but you're not sure if you can on the keto diet. It's a very common myth about the keto diet that you are, it's like you can choose to be in really buff shape or you can be on the keto diet. And Goody, his actual name is Logan Delgado. Logan shows you that you can clearly do both. Logan's in excellent shape, does really strenuous workouts, puts in the time. Really good guy, real positive guy. The last one I mentioned, Abel James. Like I said, I believe he's paleo. I have to confess, I haven't watched Abel's videos in a while. His channel is about a lot of things. He does sing, or I think he calls it crooning. He does videos, 360-degree videos, a lot of nature videos. His I like more because it's kind of a balance between fitness and overall well-being, and which is kind of what I'm aiming for. He's a real nice guy. I follow his podcast too. I do like him, very positive individual. So definitely if you're looking for positivity and fitness, even if it may not be keto, Abel's a good guy to follow. And And I'm sorry if I'm going through these pretty quick. I'm just seeing that the time is getting up there, and so I'm trying to cover all of them quickly. I might do separate videos on the individual ones to expound a little bit more about this later. In terms of bettering myself as a person, there are two people that I follow on my YouTube channel, and that is Mel Robbins and Ralph Smart. Mel Robbins I found through the book, The 5-Second Rule. If you haven't read that book, and if I remember to, I'll put a link in the description for the book itself. It's a book about how to change your mindset. We have habits that we just go through life just reenacting, and the overall gist of the 5-second rule is this is how we stop them. This is how we change how we word how we want to be. She's a very engaging individual. She's a lot of fun to listen to. She's an excellent speaker. Her videos are informative and uplifting. But when it comes to straight up just positivity, I go to Ralph Smart at infinitewaters.com. He's a more spiritual guy. He's about your spiritual well-being, but it's all still good information. I don't believe everything Ralph says, and you really shouldn't believe everything anybody says. You should look this stuff up yourself. Make sure for yourself. Never just take somebody else's word at it. There's some topics he's discussed where I'm like, it's good information, but I'm not sure I'm on board with it. But it's all uplifting stuff. You start a Ralph Smart video, and you might be like, and by the end of the video, you're happier because he's a happy guy. He's a very positive guy. He's a very uplifting guy. He has a couple of catchphrases that he uses that I just love hearing. The cat down the road being one of my more favorite ones, but he'll refer to the cat down the road. But his is about the spiritual aspect, the being positive, maintaining a better mindset, things you can do to improve yourself on the inside. And I've said this before, is I don't think there's any point in improving your outside, your physique, having a body that's going to get you to 80, 90, possibly 225 if I'm lucky. If it's going to be unhappy, if you're just like dreading life, if you're negative, if you're just getting by, there's no point in extending your life or having the ability to live longer and healthier if you're going to be miserable and depressed. So that's why I would highly recommend checking out Ralph Smart. And I was looking at the list, like I said, apologies for keeping on looking down. I'm not sure if that's just bad camera etiquette or not. But and feel free to let me know if it is. I forgot about Keto Savage. He's another one that would follow in the Goody Beats one. The difference between Goody Beats and Keto Savage is that Keto Savage is actually a competitive bodybuilder. But again, he does talk about the keto diet. He sells an excellent product, the Keto Brick. If you've never tried it, it's 1,000 calories of keto delight. I've tried it. He's got a new cinnamon one that I haven't tried, but the original one is delicious, and it's the whole brick is like 1,000 calories. So if you were to eat it for the whole day, you'll be in not only fat burning heaven because it's a keto brick. You'll be in taste bud heaven because it's a chocolatey, delicious keto brick. So forgot about Keto Savage, but he's another one for fitness. The last one on my list, and this will just be a quick shout out to Caroline. I follow her because she's my friend. I met her years ago when I was living in Washington State. And she has a channel. She doesn't have any videos up, but she's just a friend. So quick shout out to Caroline. Thank you for following me. I was glad to return the favor. That covers everybody on my list except one. The last one is The Simple Life. This one doesn't really have a lot to do with keto or mindfulness. It's a channel about downsizing. This has more to do with my long-term goals. What I would like to do in the long term is switch to a lifestyle where I'm living in a class B, not because that's all I can afford to live in or I'm homeless and I have to live in a car, But I would like it if my life was just so simple and so basic that I could live out of a Class B and then just spend my later years driving around the country and just seeing things and seeing people and meeting people. I was talking to one of my friends at work, and there's an old show called Highway to Heaven with Michael Landon and Victor French about an angel, that was Michael Landon, who and his buddy, a former Oakland cop, that just drive around and help people. That's the whole storyline. It went for 5 seasons. I think it would have went for a lot longer, but Michael Landon had some medical issues, so and is no longer with us. But it was a good show. It was a very heartwarming show, and minus the dying and becoming an angel part, of course. I was like, man, that would be just nice if you could just drive around and do your little bit to make things a little bit better. So that's kind of a long-term goal. The Simple Life video channel is more about how you would downsize, leading a simpler life in a smaller space with a smaller footprint, what you do and don't need. I learned a lot about that from when I moved down to here. I was able to pack everything into my 2011 Prius. I've mentioned that before, the mobile command center. I got my whole life into that 2011 Prius, and it's like, man, it would seem kind of depressing at first, but it's actually quite liberating. You realize how much you do and don't need. Right now, I'd have to get rid of a few things because I've allowed things to build up again. Like my television set, it's a 60-inch television set, isn't going to exactly fit in the Prius and travel well. But more and more, I'm realizing I don't really need the TV. It's not what's best for me. So it's all about simplifying. So that would be the last channel on the list. In the future, I'll probably add more channels. Like I said, I need to add Thomas's channel. I can't believe I didn't have it on there to begin with. He's a really good source of information, and I highly recommend him. But I might find other channels that are motivational channels, spiritual channels that I like. As I do add more, I'll go ahead and do other videos where I cover this. I think I might do videos where I break down them into the separate groups so that I can have a shorter video but explain a little bit more, because I realize this video is getting kind of long. And thank you for sticking with me. So I guess kind of just repeating myself a little bit here. So we're gonna go ahead and end the video here. I hope to be doing more than one video a week soon. That's my goal. But if not, if I don't get another video between now and next week, I will see you next week, and I hope you have a great one.